Hi MotoGP fans, welcome to the channel. You are here with the Architect and we are playing MotoGP 20. We're in the 14th round of the Moto3 World Championship at the Misano World Circuit of Marco Simoncelli. The weekend hasn't really gone according to plan, but how do we get on in the race?
Greetings from the Marco
Hi guys, so here we are then, round 14 of the MotoGP Moto3 World Championship at the Misano circuit in Rimini in Italy. Now I'll tell you now straight up guys, I'm going to apologise in advance. Free practice sessions have been a bloody nightmare. Setting up the bike has been a nightmare. This is not my favourite track.
We're back at the circuit for the second qualifying round. The first riders are about to get on the track and battle their way to get the best starting grid positions.
Now I did lie to you guys a little bit last week when I said that all you probably need on Moto3 is soft tyres. In free practice I realised that using a soft tyre just literally overheats the tyre. So we definitely need to be wearing a medium at some point. But let's go down to track. Let's see if we can get a qualifying lap in. Catch the helmet guys. Tribute to Marco Simoncelli. Absolute legend, absolute god on a bike. And we'll still miss him today. So as usual, we'll do a little out lap. Try and get a good start down the straight and put a good qualifying time in. But seriously, I have been struggling. I've been struggling all weekend. That's the virtual weekend in the game, not my entire weekend, by the way. So what are some of the problems that I've been struggling with? Well, let's go through them if we've got enough time. So in the setup, initially the bike was turning in way too quick, so it was oversteering into the corners. And this is where the bike setup actually gets really tricky when you're doing the manual setup of the track, is when you've got a track like this that has got a variety of corners that are different in nature, then there's compromise. There isn't a perfect setup. So a lot of the problems I've had is getting into the corners way too early on some of the tighter ones, but then on some of the others running wide. But here we are on the straight. Let's try and put this good time in. I'll shut up for a second and we'll try and get a good time in and see if we can land somewhere reasonable on the grid. Hopefully fourth on the fourth row. And again, that was a good corner around turn 3. This one's hard on the brakes and you've got to keep the throttle on and try and bring that corner round to the second apex, round to turn 6 and then out onto the long straight. But we're up in the first sector. Hard on the brakes here, easy to overrun, so you've got to lean it and you've got to trail brake all the way through that corner, hitting the apex and coming out the other side with power on. This one straight through the turn on the power, and then you slow down towards this 10th turn, Tramonto, then back out onto the straight. Second sector, then we're up. Antonelli's just put a fastest lap in of 1:45.9. full power around that turn. Into turn 12. On the brakes, but don't slow down too much. We still need to power it through that last bend. And now this is where you do slow down. Turn 15. Always running a little bit wide there, but up in the third sector. Turn 16, Misano turn, Misano corner. Out onto the straight, and hopefully we've got a red marker on that fourth sector with a 144.8. Now that has surprised me. That is the fastest time I've done all virtual weekend. So let's get into the pits, and I think this could be a short qualifying because I think that might be enough.
We can't tell whether he's satisfied with what he's done so far.
Yeah, I think I'm satisfied. Keith, let's go and have a look. So Antonelli put in the second fastest lap, and we're a second below him. So I might actually be very wrong about the whole weekend then. But in free practice I wasn't getting this impression. But let's go forward on the time sheet, because I'm not planning to go out again on this round. I want to get straight into the race. The sooner I get this one over with, the better, I think. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we've qualified on pole, our first pole position.
The second and last qualifying session, and we can finally see the grid positions that await us in tomorrow's Grand Prix.
Okay, well if I was standing up I'd fall down. I don't really get that.
Greetings from the Marco Simoncelli World Circuit in Misano, where the Moto3 race is about to begin. The skies over the track are clear of clouds, and the latest weather reports forecast temperatures in line with the seasonal average. We're now transmitting from the starting grid, where everything seems ready. It's always difficult to predict the results of a Moto3 race, but the riders we're seeing right now definitely seem to be the favourites.
Okay, thanks for that, Keith. So then guys, we've got a dry track, 35 degrees. So tyre choice this time round. So as I said before, normally we go on soft, so I don't really see any other reason to change that. However, at this track we're very front heavy. There's a lot of twisters, a lot of turns, sharp turns, a lot of braking areas, a lot of trail braking. It's putting weight on the front. The bike's set up with weight on the front too. So our choice is going to be a medium front and a soft rear. That's what we're going to go with. Again, we're going to load our setup, make sure that we've got that in the bag and it's loaded. Before qualifying, I didn't hold much hope for us, and I'm not so sure it's going to be the pace actually that is going to hold us back now. But this circuit is renowned for being close racing. Again, I'm not wishing we get knocked off, but I've got a funny feeling. Yeah, so some of the guys have also gone on medium softs as well. Mediums, Binder's medium. Fanati's gone for an hard medium. I think we've got a good tyre choice. Let's see how that goes.
All the riders have taken their places on the starting grid. Riders are deep in concentration with just a few seconds to go until this San Marino Grand Prix begins.
Okay, let's go. First gear, bit of a slow start. There was that Antonelli in front. The two Leopards have gone straight in front, and we've got a Red Bull as well, KTM. Oh, the Red Bull nearly knocked us off. There's a crash already. I didn't see that. Oh, Migno. Around the tight band. Oh, and there we go, rubbing shoulders straight away. Oh, brilliant. Oh, damn. Exactly what I thought. Is that... Oh, dear. Moderate damage as well. Oh, God, we got a guy on the floor. Got to get the 37 clip. This body's everywhere. Look at them all. Massive crash. So we've come off and we're still 24th. What happened there? We'll see if we can get a replay of that later. But let's see if we can make up some time now. We've almost got a nice free track. Nobody in front of us. So I don't know who's in front, I don't know who's behind. Let's try and take stock of what's going on. So who have we got in front of us? Whoever it is, we're gaining on him. Yamanaka. So through turn 15, out on the green, just a touch. Misano corner. For the 24th, there's some activity up front. We can now see those front leaders. So 1.5 seconds behind Yamanaka then. And we're closing the gap. So remember, our team objective is to get a 15th position. Oops, wrong gear. So that's not impossible. Although look at the fuel, I forgot to fill up, didn't I? So we're going to have to go down into power mode 1, so that's not really helped us. So Fanati's just overtook us after we stuffed him in the last round. He's probably looking for a little bit of revenge. Okay, so we've completely ballsed up this race already. We've crashed, we've forgot to put extra fuel in, so now we can't use power mode 2. So normally a positive guy, as you can probably tell from my morbid voice, but I did say this was going to happen. But let's try and get a slipstream off Fanati, see if he can drag us along. Let's use him. Oh, Fanati, get out of the way. If you're not going to pull me along, get out of my way. Tanking it round at the Misano corner. Full on the throttle. Well, we've got nothing to lose now, have we? So we may as well just carry on going round and see what happens. We're not going to retire. Oh, that was close. We're going to put pressure on Fanati. So what was I saying before about some of the problems that we got in setup? So I think it's mainly the inconsistencies in these corners. Some of them are tight, some of them are long, and they're just very intricate, really technical corners. It's just really hard to set the bike up like that. There is compromise. Our Koffler's overtook us and he's got in us. Ah, Koffler, get out of my way! This is not going to help our reputation. And he's hit us again for more damage. Can you believe Cooney's in front of us as well? We were fighting with Koffler at the start of the championship, and we haven't seen him for a while. Yeah, so with the setup, it's been really difficult to get a compromise for the cornering. Now, as I mentioned in one of the other previous rounds, I'm planning to do a series on bike setup. I do have a 5-step strategy to doing a setup for people who struggle, because it is a fine art. Suspension, bike setup is an art. Simple. However, we can make it simpler to understand. But I think I can certainly help you guys and make it simpler to allow you to play with the manual setup if you don't already play with it, and to understand how the bike's affected by changing settings in manual setup. If you'd like to see that series, guys, let me know in the comments. I absolutely plan on doing one, even to remind myself, because it can be mind-bending sometimes. But I'll give you the first tip. You've got to know the track. Simple. There is no substitute for that. You've got to know your track. Until you know the track, you ain't going to get a good setup on your bike. That's my first tip. Okay, so let's just understand what's going on here then a little bit. So with all that damage that we've incurred, I'm struggling to keep up with these guys. So there's not really much going on. I'm struggling to brake now as well. Yes, you guys might say, well, you're always struggling to brake. Ha ha ha. But I won't be gaining on these guys. There's no way I can make this up. All I can do is see it through to the end, I'm afraid. This isn't going to help our championship, but we've still got a few more rounds to go. We've still got an offer on the table as well for a factory KTM ride if we fail to secure any Moto 2. It's not the end of the world just having a bad race, but we don't think we can have any more. Yeah, and just to put the boot in, they give me a penalty. Thanks, race direction. Oh god, look at the fuel. Forgot about that. Might not even finish the lap. And now I've looked at the fuel and missed my braking point. Let's be honest, this race has turned into a complete disaster, hasn't it? Amateur, rookie racing. And again, that's the best corner I've done in the whole race. We're that far behind, I don't even get any information on the hood. So Antonelli won. Misano will be pleased. Unless he comes second. So we'll get the final results in a second. I will make it to the end of this race, guys. Don't panic. If we don't run out of fuel first, which we might just do. Look at that 0 in the tank. Are we going to get to the end? No! Oh, just ran out of fuel on the line.
While Parc Ferme starts to fill up with the stars of the race, we're going to take a look at the Moto3 race final ranking.
Okay, so disastrous result, but let's go through the motions. Antonelli first place. Foggia come second and Lopez third. So Misano come fourth. So that's closed the gap between Antonelli and Misano then, hasn't it? Let's go and have a look. Let's go and have a look at Riders' Championships. So Misano is still leading, but Antonelli has closed the gap. 28 points behind now. Tatsuki Suzuki in third. Let's see how that's affected our championship for a second. So John McPhee's gone back down into 10th, or gone back up into 10th. Okay, it didn't kill us. Didn't affect us too much. Didn't score any points, but we're still in 13th place, gone down 1 place. But we've just got a bigger gap between that and McPhee now. We'll make that up next time. Let's not worry. Squadra Corse is still winning the team championships. Cracking helmet design. What a tribute to Marco Simoncelli. Superb. I'll put the designer of the helmet in the comments, guys. And I will be giving them a thumbs up. So we did all the development tasks as well in free practice. So we've got plenty of research points. Okay, engine. Research and development, we got some engine. Build complete and done. So that's good. So let's start with that then. In the office, research and development. Let's go and see what we can do here. So we've got 9 weeks for the frame to do, but let's have a look under this engine development. It's been that long that I can't remember what it was that we developed. Optimization of the exhaust fluid dynamics. Improves power and torque. Yeah, that was right. Enhanced extension. Okay, so that's good. So hopefully we should see the difference in our next race. But let's go to the next engine part. We've got sufficient requirements, so we can absolutely do that. So let's go and do that now. So if we keep the same staff on there, we've got 5 weeks, which is exactly what we need to do. We can't really do much about that. Do much about that because the frame. I'll try and learn to speak as well before the next episode. Okay, so there's not a lot more we can do in this space. So we've got 5 weeks for the engine, another 9 weeks for the frame development to do, but we have got a new upgrade for the engine which we can certainly use for the next episode and the next race, and we shall be doing that. So we don't have any notification in the technical staff management. Personal manager, we have 2 notifications. Let's just have a quick look. One thing guys, if you remember in the last episode we started looking at some proposals and we wanted to show our interest in Moto3, if you remember, and we couldn't do it. I figured out why that was, and it's quite obvious when you read the screen. Is that you're only allowed 5 out of 5 negotiations in progress. So the fact that we've got some in Moto 2 already progressing, all 4 of them, if I'd opened my eyes before I did that, I probably wouldn't have started the other 2. So bear that in mind guys, if you're playing this game and you're starting your negotiations, it's not unlimited negotiations, you've only got 5 out of 5. Which kind of brings us then to our next episode, or our next race, sorry, which will be the next episode, which is going to be at Aragon, so we can advance to this week. So the next round guys is at Aragon, which means we've come to the end of this episode. Thanks for watching. If you like this episode guys, hit that like button. Also hit the subscribe button. I'm going to be doing some great stuff with Bike Setup shortly. It's on the roadmap. I wouldn't want you to miss those guys. They're going to really help your gameplay. Also guys, in the comments box below, leave me a comment, let me know what you think of this video. Also let me know what you're struggling with in the game at the moment. I'm looking for some ideas on new videos that's going to help you guys play this game. So let me know in the comments below what you'd like to see. Cheers guys, see you later, bye bye.
Hello to all you motorcycle fans tuning in. The MotoGP season is up to its 14th GP, held here in Spain at the Aragon circuit. The atmosphere in pit lane is already really fired up. The first round of free practice is about to begin and mechanics are performing the final checks on the bikes before the riders get on track. The sky above us is clear and the forecasts say that the situation will be stable for the entire duration of the session.